What's up, Internet? This is the A4th Wolf, and welcome back to another episode of Wolf Watches. Today, I'll be bringing you episode 10 of Red vs. Blue, season 15. This one is titled Battlescars. Now, a lot of stuff has happened these last few episodes, and they all revolved around the Reds and Blues, but now we are going into what Carolina and Washington have been doing. Now, are they... they're looking for other freelancers and anyone else that's connected to Project Freelancer, but we really don't know what to expect. I mean, the only person that I can possibly think of that we have seen that they would get in contact with were the few people that we saw in Season 14, the extra characters that didn't quite pan out. And then, the pilot, because she got reassigned to Project Freelancer as the person who gives out the missions. I don't know if she had an official name. And maybe one or two people that are presumed dead but really were hidden away. And I'm really excited about this episode because it is episode 10. And Rooster Teeth has tried to make episode 10s really entertaining ever since back to I guess season 3, because but here's the reason why. It's because Tex was introduced in episode 10 of the first season. Then she was introduced in episode 10 of the second season. And, people were like, oh, is this a pattern or something? And the Rooster Teeth was just kind of like, well, it wasn't, but we're going to make it a pattern. So episode 10s are really, really cool. Or have some kind of huge development or something. So I'm really excited to see what Wash and Carolina has been doing. Now, what I would really like is a good old CGI fight scene. And we might be able to see it, seeing how these two are, pros at it, pretty much. We got a little bit of it earlier with the Reds and Blues fighting various people, but they were very small clips. I'm hoping to see a legit fight scene, so here's hoping to that. And let's see what Wash and Carolina have been doing.
Hello, Carolina.
Sorry, must have spaced out. Any luck?
No sign of Agent Illinois. This is definitely his place, though.
How can you tell?
Really takes you back, huh?
Sure does.
You two look cozy.
Pretty sure I hit him for doing that.
Seems our friend left in a hurry. The only thing missing from the place is his armor.
But where
we haven't seen any
No,
camaraderie.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Moments.
Good call
really.
on finding him here, though.
What do you remember about Agent Illinois?
Demolitions expert. He wasn't top tier, but he was a crack shot with a rifle.
I mean out of armor.
Oh, I never knew him.
Illinois was always different. He wasn't ambitious or competitive like the rest of us. He didn't fight for an AI or screw over his friends to get placed higher in the ranking. Instead, he was doing a job and dreaming of the life after. Of an island chain that stretched around an entire planet. A shack by the water, with a bar full of spiced rum and a tiny red sailboat.
Aww.
He did it.
I didn't realize you two were close.
We weren't. He and York were drinking buddies, though. I heard all about it hanging out with them.
This is really good character development. We never hear about them outside the
He opened
missions.
some old wounds. I'm sorry.
Sometimes I think York was my chance at a fresh start. I threw it down an elevator shaft.
You're being too hard on yourself. You've changed over the years. I've seen it myself.
I've grown from being a dishonorable killing machine to an honorable killing machine. That's quite the journey.
Well, it's never too late to start over again.
Do you really believe that, David?
Well, I don't know if rock singer is really in your future, but yeah.
It was fun to watch them squirm, though, wasn't it?
I changed my mind. You are evil.
This is all I have left from York. from Freelancer. Just this and my armor.
You don't have to do that.
What about starting over?
I mean, you don't have to destroy the past to have a future.
Aww.
Take off your suit.
What?
I got an idea. Take it off.
Okay, that's a little forward.
No, not like that. The recovery beacons, that's the key.
Excuse me?
Every suit that belonged to Project Freelancer was special. They all had recovery beacons in them so agents could be located if they were ever in distress. Personally, I didn't like the idea of walking around with an active tracking device.
So you turned ours off, I remember.
Well, maybe that's why we're still around. Whoever's been tracking down Freelancers has a way of following the beacons.
So we turn ours back on and lure the hunters here?
Unless you have a better idea.
Can't say I do.
So?
Are you going to turn around?
Ah, yes. Sorry. Oh man, you are not going to believe this.
Mercenaries?
Nope.
More reds and
Space
blues?
pirates?
Dumber.
Don't tell me. The reds and blues?
It's twice as bad as that.
What the hell?
Let me guess, Sarge built robot versions of everyone. Guess again. I'd really rather not. Fine. Wash, Carolina, Meet Temple, Surge, Loco, Robo, Spaghettio, Bucket, Bucky, whatever. And Donut 2.0.
Washington, Carolina, it's an honor to meet you both.
What the heck?
Can you explain why there's two of everyone?
They're from another gulch. That's why they look like us. Look, the whole story is long and complicated, and we need to get out of here ASAP. You really fucked up activating your beacon. That's how they're tracking us down. We were counting on it. We're luring them here. Well, lucky for you, we can do the same thing.
Yeah, lucky.
From our perspective, we set a trap, and you all fell in it.
Well, your trap wouldn't have worked anyway. The UNSC has a nasty habit of nuking from orbit first, asking questions later.
The UNSC?
Oh, big surprise. You guys haven't figured out what's going on yet. Score another for Team Tucker.
You have? And Church?
He's alive.
If you come with us, we'll explain everything.
That's quite a story.
Temple only left out the part where Sarge fell in love with himself, and Simmons realized he can't stand his own reflection.
What about the reporter? Did she leave?
No, she's around here somewhere. We've been keeping her on a don't-need-to-know basis. Can't trust the press these days.
Why not? She seemed perfectly trustworthy to me.
Well, we don't, know what her agenda and stuff is.
But Tucker, she can get the real story out. She publicizes this insane plot by the UNSC to kill the ex-agents of...
And sim troopers. We're people too.
If she can get the story out, it's game over.
There's no easy way out of this. This ends with us taking the fight to those that would see us all dead. This ends in violence.
What if it didn't have to?
They killed your friends.
They have Church.
And they need to be brought to justice, but what if for once it was in a courtroom or a court-martial and not at the end of somebody's knife?
Are you feeling all right?
Our adversaries are too powerful. If we come at them now with just accusations, they're gonna turtle up and ride it out. They're looking for us. They're poking their head out of their shell, and I aim to chop it the fuck off.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Strategizing can wait until breakfast at least.
And breakfast is...
Fish.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Man, I'm gonna puke if I eat one more fucking fish.
Hey, it's not like there's any cows or chickens swimming around our underwater base. Anyway,
Okay.
how about I give our guests the grand tour?
There is something wrong with these people.
Just through here. Sorry about the mess.
You wanted to show us what?
We've just gathered some relics from Project Freelancer. I thought you both would appreciate the collection. Oh, let me get the lights. Recognize anyone?
Oh man, that's Agent Arizona's armor, isn't it?
In Maryland, there's Alaska.
Oh, I think you need to check your plumbing. That smell.
That's not sewage. I don't think these are just suits of armor.
And there it is.
What? That's...
You.
Guilty.
What did you do to them?
I killed them. I murdered them. I set my vengeance free upon them, and it felt so good. But not half as good as this feels. Well, if it's a fight you want...
Then I think we can oblige.
Yo, I could never best you in a fight. And anyway, don't they say that revenge is a dish best served frozen? My greatest fear is that you would know me, Carolina. That you'd recognize my voice and the game would be up.
Carolina, I can't.
I can't move either. I'm locked.
The armor lock technology was salvaged from Project Freelancer. Fate is not without irony. And the past is not without its just dessert.
That yarn about the UNSC? They're not really killing freelancers.
Of course not. I am.
Why?
Because of what you did to us. For what she did most of all. The record for staying alive in this room, locked in your armor, is 8 days and 11 hours. I know you've always been the most competitive of the freelancers, Agent Carolina, so do try to do better for me.
The Reds and Blues will come looking.
The Reds and Blues will be dead before they even miss you. So long, Agent Washington. No! So long, Carolina.
I wanted a fight! Damn it. Alright, well, I mean, I knew something was wrong. Something was wrong the whole effing time. And this whole... is what I brought up the other day. It's like, why are these groups of people, like, in the very first episode, they just blew that one guy's head off, and to me, it just felt like, you know, it just was so weird. And then I was thinking, you know, is it another Reds and Blues group? Are they still, you know, impersonating these people? But no. It was literally them the whole time. It makes me really angry that, like, they just dragged this on for so long. I was like, there's something wrong with them! Alright. So, what do we know? So, this version, I wonder if, so they must have church as well. And I still don't know, or, oh, maybe they don't. Because I did have a thought that, like, maybe they faked a message using church. And seeing how they have all this Project Freelancer stuff, they might have records. And then they might also have recordings of, you know, things that church has said to other people and just spliced a conversation together or used some technology to merge it all together. And then this was just a way to draw out anyone involved with Project Freelancer. Now, in terms of who these people are, I mean, they're simulation troopers. So maybe Carolina was deployed to either help the Reds or Blues in their area, or just had a mission in that area, and she had to kill one or multiple people in this blood gulch as part of practice, as simulations. And whether or not she knew or not this was a simulation mission, it remains to be seen. But apparently, you know, this guy just absolutely knows everything about Project Freelancer. Now, that's what I think. I think that, and then, you know, because the Freelancer, or Carolina, was stationed, killed some people or did something really bad to them, you know, obviously that was Project Freelancer's fault. Obviously the Freelancers are responsible, so he just wanted to just tear the whole thing down. And, jeez, I don't know what the why a lot of their gadgets are toys. Maybe that's like a... Maybe that's... Huh. What if Carolina accidentally or on purpose, depending on how old this person was at the time, what if Carolina accidentally killed, like, their sons or daughters, maybe, and that is why they keep using toys? Because I can't think of another reason why they would use toys. It seems to be some kind of symbol or something, so it's weird. Or maybe not kids, but maybe like quirky brother or teammate or something that always liked vintage toys or something like that. So it's we still have a lot of questions, and what I'm thinking is, I'm trying to think. Well, all right. Well, they finally capture Wash in Carolina. So you know what? I'm taking these out. So there is no reason for him to keep the Reds and Blues alive. So, I mean, it pretty much just falls upon the reporters, and they're missing. So maybe they found something that proved that they knew what was going to happen, and hopefully they can either defuse this armor lock or gather the Reds and Blues and convince them that they've been betrayed. But that is just the way that they've been killing freelancers. That is just cold and cowardly. They know they can't fight them head to head, so they just lure them to their base and then use armor lock and just let them starve and just die. That's brutal. And how many freelancers did they get? I'm trying to rewind a bit to see if I can get a good shot. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other freelancers apart from Washington and Carolina, which brings it up to a total of 11. So that's brutal. I wonder like what their code names were and like how long they've been there. But man, that's really dark. All right, well, so it pretty much just falls upon the reporters right now to save the Reds and Blues, because the Reds and Blues, I mean, like I said, there's no reason to keep them alive now. So, the fake Reds and Blues are just gonna have to kill them, and they'll probably do it immediately since they don't need them. They could be a potential asset, but at the same time, at the same time, they're gonna wonder where Washington, Carolina is, and maybe they can keep that up for a couple weeks, but sooner or later they're gonna get suspicious. Excuse me, I have a sneeze that's like right at the edge of my nose, so it's really throwing me off. So yeah, that's all I got right now. And this next episode, I hope they get out of it quickly. So that was unfortunately we didn't see a big fight scene, which is kind of sad, but at least we got this huge revelation of like what's going on. So again, I am so mad. I pretty much knew that they weren't what they seem. And for like, what is it, like 4 episodes I was like that? I was like, there's something wrong. That it's the inflections, they don't say things right, the whole fighting chorus thing seems weird. So I wonder, like, what else did they lie about? Is chorus under attack? Were they just hoping that, by saying that chorus had reached an agreement that the Reds and Blues wouldn't, like, think about going to help them again to lure in the freelancers? There's just a lot of questions. So until we get our answers, this is the 84th Wolf, And I'll see you guys next time.